Sometime in the 2020s, three geeks from social media formed an alliance to bring you geek news from across the Nostalgiaverse. They are Jacob's Toys, SuperSorrell, Ryan Speaks Geek, bringing you a weekly live show, toy, TV and movie reviews, special guests, opinions, tangents, and bad impressions, reveals, releases, thoughts, maybe dreams. Now prepare for the Geek Week in Review.
Welcome back to the Geek Week in Review, episode 107, with, of course, me, Jacob's Toys, and a wonderful one and only, I'm going to get this right one week, SuperSorrell. Our good friend and compondre is not here this week. He's away. He's on holiday. He is away on holiday.
Again.
Fear not, we have Cocaine Bear to insert into the show at some point, so he is there. If you are new to watching the show, then please do check out the various different social media platforms. We put them down at the bottom as well. And of course, you can check out geekweekinreview.co.uk and see all the links there. And if you're watching this on a replay, I know a lot of people do, then hello, welcome. Enjoy the show. It happened the other day. But there we go. For those of you that are live, obviously jump in the chat and join in. We'll do our best to address all of the comments. Let's just say a few shout outs quickly. Insomaniac, how you doing? Mick Spector is in the house. Andy Roberts, nice to see you. Shelley is there as well. Good to see you as well. Do jump on and chat away and throw your questions out. How you doing, Sorrel? You had a good week?
I've had a very good week. And as Mick has pointed out today, I've been doing a bit of day drinking. So, yeah, should be a fun night.
Yeah. Mick's saying I got the cheap mic again. Is my mic not picking up very well?
No, you're fine. I can hear you fine.
Just taking the mic. All right, cool. Richie Reviews, nice to see you. See, Mick, we look to you for like guidance, and you throw like little shade in there, and it's just it's just a thing. Yeah, all good. Yeah, it's been an interesting one this week. We've had tons of toy news.
Yeah.
Obviously, big. What's it called? Big Comic-Con going on this weekend.
Yeah, London Film Comic Con's kicking off or going on or just concluded, whatever it is. Just concluded today, and it's just finished today. It
is. I know Mick's saying my mic's a bit hit and miss. How's that, Mick? Is that better if I talk right into it? Does that sound better? Welcome to the Geek Week in Review.
You sound almost as throaty. You sound almost just as throaty as that guy off of Secret Invasion.
Oh,
just needs to do an Australian accent.
I really love his voice.
We
Are you talking about Talos? Are you talking about him?
Yeah.
No, I just think he's really cool. Let's talk a little bit about Secret Invasion right at the beginning, because we've got loads of toy news to talk about. But let's talk a little bit about Secret Invasion. So we're on episode 3. It's all right. I'm quite enjoying it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I'm enjoying it.
It's I mean it's
a slow burner.
It is very slow. I think it feels like a bit of a prologue. It feels like it's building up to something that it's going to reveal or it's going to lead to. It feel, like how some of these MCU TV shows just feel like a really long introduction.
Yeah.
And of course, it's a way for them to flesh out the story and to give us kind of story and stuff that we might not have seen before.
Well, I think at the end of that episode, obviously, with Nick Fury's wife disappeared into that little thing, got a gun, and then got a phone call, and that was Rhodey, wasn't it, that rang her? That was Don Cheadle, right? I think it was, anyway.
I think so, yeah.
The voice sounded like Don Cheadle.
I think he's a Skrull though in this. I don't think that's him.
Yeah, that would be cool. What, he's hooked up to one of their machines somewhere? Yeah,
I really think that he's a I think he's a Skrull. It'd make a lot of sense.
They killed off Emilia Clarke a bit early, didn't they?
Did they?
Yeah, that is the one thing that will annoy me with this program. If they keep doing that, if they keep doing the fake out, that will annoy me a little bit. If they use that as like a cheap way of getting you to go, oh my god, watch the next episode.
Yeah.
No, but that could be if she is truly dead. That could be like the emotional leverage to kind of like make them two work together better to go take them all down, isn't it? Because that's his daughter, isn't it? At the end of the day.
See, I don't think she is.
Imagine
I
going
think
mental.
she's too big of a star. I think that she's been involved in too much of the marketing. I don't think she's dead. What do you think of the story so far, though?
I'm enjoying it. It's cool. It's a cool concept. You've gone completely now, mate. Whoa.
No, so I muted it there. I'm
There you
actually
go.
just testing the settings now because Mike said it is actually playing up a little bit. I'm testing the settings. We'll talk for a little bit.
Talk for a little bit on my own.
No, I'm here still, but just I can hear you. But just talk about the show. What you love about it?
No, I like the I like kind of the fact that it's more espionage than anything. I like that kind of like 24 style. It's just them running around with like secret agency kind of thing, rather than it being a full on superhero fest. I kind of like that take on this one because admittedly we were getting a bit burnt out with the whole superhero thing. I've got to admit. So I like the fact that this is more like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., a bit more grounded in reality.
Yeah, I'm really liking. I really like the Skrull kind of story, and I thought it was wasted a little bit. Not wasted, but they didn't fully utilize it because obviously they've shown up here and there, and there's like little after credit scenes, and obviously a big thing in Captain Marvel. But it just seemed like such a big thing that all these kind of Skrulls were coming to Earth, and then they didn't really do anything with it. And I really like the fact that it turns out that they're kind of all here on Earth. And I think that really opens up the idea of who is a Skrull, who's been a Skrull the whole time. And I think that this show really has the potential to rewrite a lot of stuff that's happened in the MCU so far. I hope they don't use it as a trick, a cheap trick, as in the things that haven't done very well, they're going to just go, oh, that was a Skrull. Oh, that wasn't really them. I hope that they don't kind of do that. Mick threw up one of my favorite quotes so far from the show. Even when I'm out, I'm never out. I just thought that was wicked. I really did. But yeah, just quick one. What's in the box to the left of Ash? Is it a Funko or a Droid box?
That's the IG. What was his face box? Not IG. BD1. That's BD1's box.
BD1's box. Fair enough. So yeah, no, I don't think that. I don't think that she's dead. That's my prediction. I don't think she's dead, and the reason I don't think she's dead is because of the marketing. Because I don't know if you've caught those little sort of 10-second clips they've been throwing out on like all of that kind of stuff. But yeah, I just don't think he's dead. I'm just trying to catch up with the comments. Hang on. Yeah, so Shelley said there, Emilia Clarke is in it for 6 episodes, so she probably isn't dead. There we go.
Mixed comment.
I can't put that up on the. Well, it's a valid point. It's a valid point. Why didn't they look into why the Kree were at war with the Skrulls? Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, I'm really enjoying it, and I think it's going to be a slow burner, but I think the payoff at the end is going to be quite big. They're obviously exploring the Super Skrull. Super Skrull is obviously tied in with a lot of the comic books like Fantastic Four, the Illuminati, all that kind of stuff. And they're
I'm kind of looking forward to seeing what the big twist is going to be, but I just hope it doesn't turn into one of those things where it's like, that's not really Nick Fury, that's a Skrull, and it's Talos secretly, and then the guy who you think is Talos is actually Gaia, and Gaia is actually someone else, and it's been a domino effect all along. I could just see him doing some shit like that, and it would drive me insane.
You know what? I would allow that if the writing on it was really good. If it was like a proper oh my god moment, then I'm cool with it. But if it's like an eye roll moment, as in okay, fair enough, then
you can almost just hear like a phone call happening down to the bad guy. And he's like, he's got his gun to Nick Fury or something, and then he gets a phone call from Nick Fury. It's like, you think you got me, motherfucker? Turn around, bitch.
What is interesting though about the Super Skrull is that I don't know if you noticed, but on the screen it showed some of the different like DNA that made up the Super Skrull. And one of them is obviously Groot that they've they've mentioned that Groot is there. So whether that's actually Groot or whether that's part of the species or whatever. There's also the Frost Giant, I think it was, that we saw at the end of Thor: The Dark World. It was a bit of a joke at the end of the credits that it's just kind of that creature was there and they didn't really do anything with it. And what was the other one? There was another one as well. There's a third one, but there's 3 on the screen. If anyone can remember what it was, put it in the comments. Rich just said, will we get a classic Sam Jackson, Nick Fury in Legends?
Yeah.
Potentially it's a good time to re-release him. The old one does look good, but they are rubbish. I actually changed the jacket around on mine. I'm not going to lie. I used the Husk, was it, from Black Series? Used a jacket off that and put that on him. It just looked better, the kind of sleek, long jacket. Secret Invasion Marvel Legends are confirmed by Hasbro in some Maniac. Yes, so these were ones that were leaked for a long time on the internet, the old grainy photographs. But now they've kind of released the 2 Secret Invasion ones. There we go. Black Dwarf, Mick.
Okay.
It's what's he called? Well, it's not Black Dwarf though. It's not what he's called in the MCU. What is he? I've got him up there. He's literally looking at me now. He's like, he's there. What's he called? What is he called?
I have no idea.
That's really bad. I've totally forgot. There's all these people probably Googling now, but I'm going to see if I can get to it first. Cole.
Cool Obsidian.
Yes. For a second, I was like, what is it called? There you go, Cole Obsidian. Yeah, so we can kind of work out where they picked that up because he lost his hand in the beginning of Infinity War, didn't he? So they would have used that, taken that hand, and they could have got that there. The Frost Giant they obviously got from the end of Thor: The Dark World. And what is Groot? That's a little bit more of a confusing one. I'd be interested to see where and how they obtain the DNA for him. I mean, could be anywhere, let's be fair.
But it could be a species rather than it being actual Groot. It could be a species, but I don't know. It could be interesting to see if they've managed, there's something.
I mean, it could really literally be the end of like Guardians 1 where he kind of explodes and all the rest of it. But I'm really enjoying it. I'm really enjoying it. And
he used the healing factor, didn't he? What Selma Hayek's character used in Eternals, the Extremist Project and all that rubbish.
Yes.
There was that kind of Easter egg going on there, wasn't there? Like it's a bit like the Extremist sort of thing.
Yeah.
Factor.
So there we go. Yeah, I know it showed the hand next to his name, Mick. I was just saying, for the sake of anyone that didn't catch it, that's how they got his DNA. We're going to have to get you on live one week, Mick, because this kind of... But yes, it is. But the reason I said about the hand is because of the Groot link, because obviously we can work out where they got the others from. And I've seen a clip as well. I don't know whether it was a trailer or whether it was just a leaked clip or whatever. But I've seen some of the SuperSorrell like in action. Which is a bit bizarre, but there we go. Stug in the comments, how we doing? Viz in the chat. Viz saying, is there no Ryan? No, he's not. He's on holiday this week. The guy has more holidays than a school and likes to go away all the time. So Ryan will be joining us, but not this week. Next week, he's hoping to jump on from, where did he say he was going? Portugal or something like that?
Yeah, Portugal.
In Portugal. He's hoping to jump on and he's going to show us some knockoff toys, which is quite cool. Oh, look, Shelley in the comments. Mick could take Ryan's place, seeing as he's always absent. Wow. Maybe we should
Shelley throwing shade.
A debate. Shelley throwing shade there. I'd hate to see what you say about us when we're not here, Shelley. But yes, there we go. Watching anything else this week? Been watching anything?
Trying trying to think off the top of my head. I've had all sorts on the go. No, nothing new though. Nothing new. Yeah,
no, I went back and watched all 4 Indiana Jones films in preparation for Dial of Destiny, just to work out which was my favourite. Crystal Skull wasn't actually as bad as I remembered. I'm just going to say that it actually wasn't as bad as I remembered. When I watched all 4 of them kind of back to back, it was very in keeping with Indiana Jones. Do you know what I mean? Like there was the cheesy bits, there was too much cheese. Like the Shia LaBeouf kind of thing just doesn't work for me. But yeah, there was a bit too much cheese, but it was very in keeping, and some of the temple-y bits were very cool and very kind of pleasing. And I think watching them back to back and seeing the progression of film, it was quite a nice transition to kind of see how they had progressed. But no, I'm excited for Dial now. Really excited for Dial.
So, have you not seen Dial yet? Then are you still waiting to see it?
No. Have you seen it?
No, not yet.
No, I haven't seen it. Because there was only 4 movies before. There's only 4 of them, and they're all on Disney Plus. I thought I want to watch those first. You know what I mean? I couldn't imagine being spoiled by anything in Dial of Destiny. There's going to be something a little bit supernaturally. There's going to be a temple. There's going to be a couple of places where he almost dies. You know, there'll be a whip. Like you know what to expect of an Indiana Jones film.
See, I got put off after I read that article this week where Harrison Ford said he wanted to end it in a more emotional way for the ending of his character, because he's never doing it again after this one. He wanted a more meaningful ending, he said. And so that's kind of like, they didn't sign off the character the way Harrison Ford wanted. It kind of makes me feel a bit, maybe it's not as good as as I'm hoping.
That is a little bit of a shame. Shelley in the comments just said there, have you not seen Dial yet? You won't be disappointed. No, like I said, it literally, for me, it was just a case of wanting to watch the other 4 before I went to see it. Because I knew it was the end of the kind of cycle. I knew there wasn't going to be another one. And I was like, you know what? Because of streaming services, I've got this awesome opportunity to just sit there and watch the other 4 and lead into it. Interestingly, though, before we go into kind of toy news, I did hear that the Adventure series is supposedly nearing an end. Did you hear this?
No. Oh, the actual 6-inch figures?
Yeah, the Indiana Jones figures. That it was a limited.
So they were keeping the toys alive. Well, they had the film, everyone hyped for the movie. Now the movie's over, they'll move on. A bit like when I imagine it's going to be one of them franchises, a bit like what they do with Ghostbusters. Well, they bring it out every now and again. You know, when there's something in the news or in the works for like a project, they'll bring it out, release some toys, and then shelve it again for a while. Which could be good, because obviously you wouldn't want them to keep releasing, because what else would they do with it? You know what I mean?
Well, they've already released 2. What is it? Not Temple. What's the one that's had 2 figures? I've done 2 figures. Why am I going blank? What is it called? What's the first one called?
Temple of Doom?
No.
What are you about?
Temple of Doom's not the first one. It's the second one.
I don't know. Temple of Doom, Last Crusade, and...
Why have I gone blank?
I've gone blank now! Temple of... Oh, freaking hell.
That's really bad.
Oh my god, my mind, what have you done to me?
Temple of Doom's number 2. Raiders of the Lost Ark. Thank you very much. That belongs to the museum. That belongs in the museum. Just straight in with the comment. There you go. Look, Raiders. I love the fact that your icon is from Raiders of the Lost Ark as well. That's just like perfect. But yeah, so there's only Raiders of the Lost Ark. There's only Temple of Doom, Last Crusade, Crystal Skull, and then Dial of Destiny. They've already done 2 Raiders of the Lost Ark figures. They did the deluxe one and the standard one in a wave. Where else do they go with it? Like, it's just going to be kind of, what's it called? Like more civilian characters.
You mean they'll do what they've done with Black Series for the past 10 years? Just keep releasing Han Solos.
Yeah,
let's be honest. They only had 6 films to work with, and they managed to churn it out for years.
Yeah, I suppose. Interestingly, though, have
But,
you noticed that there's no Crystal Skull figures yet?
Because it's everyone's least favorite movie. They know the ones sell. That's the problem.
You reckon? See, I would lap it up. I would go straight in and buy it.
I would buy it if it came with a fridge that you could put him in.
But but even the Crystal Skull as like an accessory piece would be a very cool thing.
Yeah.
Mick in the chat saying, surely they made the Nazi, isn't there 3? No, I didn't mean 3 figures from the film. I meant they've made 2, like already re-released the Indiana Jones figure from that film. Yeah, see Mick's catching up now. Stug said, I'm glad we're getting a short round figure. Yep, me too. To be honest with you, the only ones I've ordered, the only ones that I've got kind of coming are I've got every Indiana Jones version, like as in one from each film. So one from Raiders, one from Temple, one from Last Crusade, and then one from Dial of Destiny. I'm just missing the one from Crystal Skull. And then the only other characters I got were Short Round and Henry Jones Sr. I didn't touch any of the others.
Yeah, it's not been a line I've been overly. I've got one Indiana Jones, and that's kind of done me.
Yeah,
I don't feel the need to like collect anymore. I've got to be honest.
I just remember as a kid, it was a toy line that I really wanted to happen. I really wanted an Indiana Jones toy line from when I was like younger. But yeah. So I'm just catching up on comments. There's loads of comments just come through at once.
See, answer the call. The girls Ghostbusters. I like that one. As cheesy as it is, I don't mind that movie. I've watched that several times on streaming.
I really like that. I really like it as well. Shelley said there as well that she would like them all, but was waiting for a price reduction, but now worried there will be no stock. See, I think this is the interesting thing about figures at the moment, is that there's so many things that are being reduced. There's so many heavy sales on things that are happening that everyone kind of just seems to think that, and this is no disrespect to you, Shelley, at all, but everyone seems to think that everything that's released is going to get reduced. But they are, because of the way that shares are going and stuff, the things that are being made now, the stock allocation and the numbers that are being made are less. It's much easier for them to sort of churn out wave after wave, but they're not making as many. So I think the Indiana Jones figures are going to become quite sought after in the future.
Yeah, definitely.
I really do. And I just heard a rumor that they were coming to the end. Someone did say in the comments a minute ago that there was only 25 figures planned. What was that? Say your Annabelle toy.
I don't know what that was.
She's behind you. She's behind you, Zorro.
Did you hear that noise through the microphone?
Yeah.
There's nobody outside. What the hell was that?
Okay, everyone. If Sorrel just disappears,
I'm just gonna go investigate. I'll be back in 2 minutes.
Okay, I'll just talk. All right. So while it's just me and the people in the comments, let's talk Indiana Jones. Which is your favorite film? For me, it was always Temple of Doom. Whenever I thought of Indiana Jones, I always said Temple of Doom. But actually going back and watching them, I think it might be The Last Crusade. I think Last Crusade might be my favorite. What's everyone else's favorites? And have you picked up any of the figures? The only one I've got so far is, as I said, Raiders. Stug in the comments saying it's a ghost. Thing is Sorrel's going so far down the horror toy like angle that I think he's starting to scare himself now. It's quite funny. He's back though. Yeah, while Sorrel's gone, a creepy doll voice is in the camera.
No idea.
No.
That was weird as hell.
Everyone's telling you it's a ghost. But Mick's obviously on a little bit of a delay because he's just answered his comment from before you left. So,
well, Sorrel's got a creepy doll face just appears in the camera. I wish I was smart enough to do something like that. I'm not that smart to plot something like that, but I wish I could.
That belongs in a museum, says they've got all the figures. They wish they would make more, and The Last Crusade definitely has the most heart. Yeah, totally agree. Totally agree. You know what I didn't like about Crystal Skull is the wedding at the end. That did my head in. was like, Indiana Jones wouldn't get married. Come on, like he's just like get him go off on another adventure. But yeah, and I still haven't.
I'm just waiting. Sorry, go on.
I still haven't got topless Indy. I've held out. I'm definitely not going to get it.
You're not going to get topless Indy and then topless Jeff Goldblum. Not doing it.
No, just a topless.
Have a topless shelf.
Topless shelf. Yeah. What were you going to say?
I've got an idea now. It's gone. I've lost it after the shirtless comment. Nope, it's gone. Literally gone.
Oh, fair enough.
Day drinking's ruined me. I'm sorry.
Well, are we going to go on to toy news, or are we going to drop in our little Ryan cameo?
Yeah, drop in Ryan's little cameo.
Let's drop in our Ryan cameo. So, for anyone that watches the show, you know that Cocaine Bear's a little bit of a mascot. Ryan likes doing him, and he tends to kind of jump in every now and again. And because Ryan is away on holiday, we said last week, give us a couple of movies, and we'll do some Cocaine Bear kind of quotes. So Cocaine Bear is now Cocaine Bear at the movies. And I've got a feeling that after these 3 weeks, this might be an ongoing thing. But here we go. Here is his first one. And because of the time of year, this is the one that he did first for us. So here is Cocaine Bear at the movies. Enjoy.
In less than an hour, air bears from here will join others from around the world, and you'll be launching the largest aerial battle in the history of bearkind. We will not go quietly into the night. We will not vanquish without a fight. We're going to live on. We're going to survive, Piglet, and we're going to do so much cocaine. Today, we celebrate our Independence Day in the 100-acre woods.
There's so much cocaine.
I just like the way that he like subtly dropped in like Piglet and everything. Yeah, it's brilliant. So there's our little Ryan Ways away. So there we go. Right, let's talk toy news. Toy news. Toy news. So here we go. Action figure and toy news. There's loads of it this week. There is so much of it this week. Let's kick things off.
Sentinel. The X-Men 97 line. Marvel Sentinel 12 inches.
There is a lot of merchandise coming out.
Oh, yeah.
Series. This particular figure, though, does interest me because this is part of their Titan Wave, isn't it? So they're about 12 inches.
This is 12 inches, yeah. So this is 12 inches tall. The great thing about this is, with this being 12 inches, you'll be able to, if you bought a few of these, because these will only be cheap as well. These will only be like, what, 12, 13 quid? Maybe 15. They'll be cheap enough that you could army build them, and then you could change the faceplate on your Marvel Legends one to be the Master mold.
Yeah.
And literally have the Sentinels and the Master. That could be an awesome setup.
I mean, this is the kind of oversized Sentinel that people have been crying out for years.
I was thinking as well, like with this one, you'd be able to remove the head off it, and because it's so cheap, you wouldn't feel guilty about buying one of these to smash up. And then you could you could build an entire diorama and like have Wolverine putting the head on the claws and holding it up, and have smashed bits of Sentinels everywhere. It could be a really cool setup.
Yeah, definitely. The only thing is I can't work out where this scales, because if this is part of the Titan Wave, then obviously the other figures in the Titan Wave are going to be the same size. So it's going to be kind of life size to the characters. So does that mean that we're going to get like 6-foot Sentinels in X-Men 97? Or have they done this so that toy collectors can pick these up and make displays of oversized Sentinels?
I think so. I reckon we're going to see a 6-inch figure line, like basic figure line, because we've not had one in such a long time from Marvel. The 6-inch basics.
Have you not seen the leaks?
No, I haven't seen any of them yet. Have they released them already?
Yeah, there's leaks.
So yes, this is for that then, isn't it? If you make a load of 6-inch figures, then you've got the big 12-inch Sentinel to go with them.
It's not even that they're leaks either. They are
on shop floors somewhere.
Yeah, on shop floors. Hang on, I'm just having a quick look while we're talking about it, because they're all over the place. I'm surprised you haven't seen them.
because I don't look at because I'm not buying as many Legends. I actually don't see the like Marvel news as often as I would have done now.
No, I guess so. I guess that makes sense.
The only time I really see it is when I look stuff up for doing the podcast with you guys. I try to stay away from Marvel because I know that I'll just get sucked back in if I stay looking at it for too long.
There you go.
Nice. Yeah.
There we go. That's
There
kind
you
of
go.
what we're working with.
Yeah, so
And you can see-
they're all the 6-inch, and then you're gonna have the big Sentinel.
Yeah, I think these might be a little bit less than 6. I think they might be like the 5-inch or the whatever. But you can tell they're part of the basic wave because obviously the effect pieces they come with are very in keeping with the basic waves that they've done before. But yeah, we're definitely going to get a Legends wave from these guys, and I think that this Sentinel was a stroke of genius marketing wise because so many people have been calling out for them for so long. I would like to think that I'll pick up a few just for the sake of a display, but we'll have to see because I wouldn't mind betting that these come out at a higher price as well because they know people will buy them.
Yeah, definitely. No, they'll definitely be bringing. I think they'll do like 2 or 3 waves of that. There's a reason that they stopped making the VHS ones for a little while because they're going to mostly be releasing the X-Men 96 line.
Yeah, 97.
97. Yeah.
Yeah, take a year.
Same thing. Next up, we've got some more glow-in-the-dark fun, or blacklight fun, whatever you want to call it, from DC Multiverse.
Blacklight fun is never a sentence that people usually mutter, but let's go with it. Wow, look at these guys.
So yeah, you've got the glow-in-the-dark versions of Swamp Thing, and I want to say that's John Stewart.
Yeah,
Green Lantern. But yeah, they're slowly doing more and more of these like glow in the dark or like blacklight active kind of figures at the minute. It's like a thing that DC are doing.
Swamp Thing literally looks like a crime scene. Like it's just gonna, they've gone into a motel room and they put on the blacklight and there's just all the body fluids. Yeah, I'm not sure. I must admit though, I wasn't a big fan of the blacklight kind of idea, but having the Diamond Select Oogie Boogie's lair, have you seen that? I think it was a San Diego Comic Con.
I've got it, yeah.
Have you got it? Yeah.
Well. Yeah.
Did you open it?
No. It's got the little black light inside of it. It's so cool.
Yeah, see, I opened it up just because I needed that green Oogie Boogie for my display. But that's obviously in the box, they've got the black light built in. So you've got these figures, and then you can press, for anyone that doesn't know, you can kind of press the button on the box, and the whole of the box is a display piece with the various different Nightmare Before Christmas characters coming up under the black light. And that works really, really well. But with that said, once I've taken them out of the box, you lose that kind of element. I don't have black lights kind of set up in my cabinet, so
with these figures, let me double check if it's got these because I know that the other ones that they were releasing, it has. They come in these fancy boxes like this, and they've got the black light built into the thing.
Right into the box.
No, into the some of the other figures that they released came with like a fancy like light unit that came with it.
Oh right, okay.
These ones don't actually come with it though. By the looks of it, actually saddle it. These just come with the stand. So yeah, the other ones that they released came with like a fancy light to make them black light. Let me find it, was it? Because it was really cool. I liked the little lamp.
Yeah. Insomaniac said they've been looking at these, but there's no black light included. Which is a shame.
Yeah, here we go. So let me just pull this back up now. We'll share this website. Why not? Because it's our lovely friends over at propsandreplicas.co.uk. And if you see there, look, the figure comes on the figure comes on the fancy stand with the 2 lights attached to it. So that makes the whole thing glow.
And for that price as well, that's really good.
Yeah, these are San Diego Comic-Con exclusives. So you kind of want to buy these ones first, so then you get the setup. So then when you put new figures on it, you can put the new figures on the blacklight setup then.
Well, maybe that's why they're doing it, though. Maybe they're not...
It's to make you buy... to make you buy this setup, isn't it?
Because these are kind of like almost like the base unit. These have got the kind of setup. and then they're going to release a wave of figures that can stand in those stands. But it is an interesting concept, and like I said, if you've got a black light or you've got your display has access to a black light, it does really enhance the figures. Like that Oogie Boogie in that Diamond Select Comic-Con exclusive
Yeah.
set just pops, like massively pops.
It's so good.
But yeah.
Moving on. We got some new news from SH Figure Arts with the Monster Arts series.
Cool.
And they're going to be giving us Fire Rodan, Mecha Godzilla, and Garuda.
I actually watched King Kong or Kong versus Godzilla for the first time the other day.
Enjoy it.
I enjoyed it for what it was, but Mecha Godzilla or Mechazilla or whatever he was called, they just wasted, I think. Like I just remember him being really cool. Back in the day when I watched them, I was like, oh my gosh, it's a robot Godzilla. And in this one it was like, meh. Yeah, I did enjoy it. Smash them up.
I still prefer the original like 1960s ones with this clearly a dude in a suit smashing up a cardboard bloody setup. I love that. It's so corny.
Yeah, I did as well. I have very fond memories of watching those.
So yeah, the Monster Arts. I do like Monster Arts.
Joby1 in the comments saying he's catching us up on replay because he's missed the beginning. So Joby1, good to see you. When you finally get to this comment, it's good to see you, my friend.
So we had Coffin Comics and Loose Collector this week dropped some new figures, a new 3-pack, but you can buy them individually. You can buy all 3 of them for a set price, or you can buy them individually. But we have, let's see if I can remember the names. We have Lady Santana. Oh, no, that's the Marvel one. Hang on, I better look it up. Lady Santana's, Chaotica, and La Muerta. The La Muerta one I really like. That's the Day of the Dead one. She's basically the Crow. So, because I've read her comics, the story behind her is that like some satanic cartel killed her family. And then she basically like dons this costume and goes out for revenge. She's basically like the Crow.
Nice. They are really cool looking figures.
Yeah, but I was thinking like the reason I wanted to bring these up this week, not only because they look cool, but we've got Chaotica, who's the lady on the right. That's basically Emma Frost. For anyone that wants a traditional Emma Frost, if you got a third-party cape and had it with the like the fur cape, that could be like the old school 90s Emma Frost when she wore like no clothing.
But even like that, you could buy that as it is, put it on your shelf as an Emma Frost.
Definitely. And Lady Santana's, because let's be honest, Marvel Legends are never going to give us Santana ever again.
No. So
she'd be a good modern stand-in for it.
Yeah.
It's a shame they never released that Hellstorm.
Yeah. From where he was part of the
from the set, from that. Yeah. If they'd had him though, it would have been cool to have them two stood together.
It's that one in the middle for me.
La Muerta.
That's the best one out of the set, I think.
Yeah. She was the one I was hoping they would make.
And she would fit in with so many different kind of properties as well. Like you could put her with G.I. Joe, you could put her with, like even if you pop the head off and put her on like a Lady Jane or something like that, just to have that makeup as part of the, that's a very cool figure. Do they come with any accessories?
Oh yeah. Let me go back a page. So if you buy the set together, it's here you go. The pre-order's coming out on July 5th to August 20th. Early bird promo. It's not bad pricing, to be honest.
No.
For 3 figures, but yeah, they do come with each of them got their own little accessories. Like she comes with a whole arsenal of weaponry and belts and stuff. So she comes with some really cool stuff.
Can you get these in the UK?
Yeah, so props and replicas have been stocking the loose collector stuff, but you have to pre-order them. If you don't pre-order them, you'll never get them. Like I regret not pre-ordering Vampirella, and she's like stupidly hard to get hold of now.
Yeah,
it keeps getting in stock, but every time like people pre-ordered it, so you're just on a waiting list. But yeah, they come with tons of accessories. They're just awesome looking figures.
Are you you picking any of them up?
I'm gonna get La Muerta, I think I'm gonna get her. I've already got like a bunch of them. I've already got Hell Witch. I've already got Lady Death. You see on the back here. They're slowly working their way through the comic series.
Yeah.
So there's some cool characters that are still to come as well. I think from Coffin Comics. So I'm holding out for them. But yeah, these do look really cool.
Yeah, they really do.
28 points of articulation. Damn.
I'll have to go and have a little look. Have a little look at those.
Yeah. So Hiya Toys have announced that they're going to be doing classic Godzilla figures as well very soon. Hiya Toys are also doing the Texas Chainsaw Massacre stuff. I'm looking forward to seeing those. There's no real images for that yet. They've just used an old Godzilla picture just to show it off, but that was a bit of news as well. That's that on that one. Move across here. So let me share this 1 second, because I think a lot of people are going to like this one. Everyone loves a good Lego set, and everyone likes a bit of Disney every now and again. So Disney 100 are giving us this cool little set, but it's the fact that it comes with Walt.
Oh wow!
So you build the tripod with all the the cool like strip coming out of it and stuff, but it's the little piece at the bottom here, the bottom left that I like, where you've got
Walt Bambi and Dumbo as well.
Bambi and Dumbo as well.
Oh wow!
I know you kind of want them just for the Disney minifigure setup.
Yeah.
You'll never see them in another set.
Well, I don't know how you would display the camera. Like that would take up a lot of kind of retail, like a lot of property.
I think it'd be a case of that you would build that for a bit of fun, but it's the minifigure setup, and it's the Walt Disney figure that I want more than anything.
What is what is behind him? What is that? Is that like what's the building?
I don't really know what that's meant to be. I think it's just like a thing that he's just sat on. It don't really show. Oh, okay, hang on. No, I've got to share these images. Hang on. Let me bring these up because Jesus.
You just discovered something.
This is so much better than I ever thought. Right, so you can actually put the Walt Disney minifigure inside the camera, and he's got his own little artist studio inside the camera.
No way.
So that's cool. There's like things on the actual viewfinder.
Oh no! So it's a clapperboard. The thing that he was sat on, that's a clapperboard.
Oh yeah. Of course it is.
Yeah.
Oh wow! And you get them minifigures with it.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a decent little set. That I'm definitely gonna pick one of those up.
That is a very good little set. Hang on, what is that? Is it all collapsed?
Yeah, all collapses down.
What?
So it don't take up too much space at the end of the day. Oh, that's a nice set. Yeah, I'm picking that up.
Yeah,
I've just convinced myself to buy it while I'm sat here.
That's it. What do you reckon retail price on that one though?
Let's see if they've listed it on here.
It's going to be a couple, I reckon.
$99.
Oh, really? Under 100?
You can pre-order it now on Amazon. The retail set is retail set for $99.99. Releasing on September 1st.
Wow.
I wonder if it's not as big as we're thinking. I wonder if it's not actually that large if it's only £100.
Yeah, maybe. Shelley said she's already pre-ordered ordered the Disney Castle. She's going to need a street. Oh, okay. I wonder what you meant there. I get ya. But yeah, I think a lot of people are going to want to pick that up for Walt, Bambi, and Dumbo. They're going to definitely be the kind of the figures that people are chasing after. And there are going to be comments. Did anyone buy the camera that doesn't want the Walt figure? No, that's why you buy the camera. Yeah, I skipped over the castle. I thought, you know what, I've got one. I'm happy with it. I really did do a bit of a comparison, and I was like, I don't need to.
Yeah, I was saying, I don't need another one.
It wasn't enough of a. There was flaws in that first one that I was kind of like, I wish that they had done this, or I wish they had done that, and they didn't address them in this new one. I think if they had given us a new castle, I probably would have got it. But the fact that it's pretty much the same castle, just slightly different, I was like, I don't need it.
Yum yums, yum yums. So we're getting Razor and Taka, the thing called, from Turtles. We're getting the movie version and then the sort of like comic booky version that they released.
Yep.
These are BST AXN, so they're continuing that line with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So we've got Taka in both colours. Oh, it's arcade colours. Arcade colours. Okay. And then Razor.
And then the arcade colours. Yeah.
I
really like these as villains because they were kind of, yeah, I don't know. I enjoyed them. I went to Smith's this week actually and had a little look around. And one of the best things about it was there was a huge Turtles display, and that just took me straight back because Toys R Us as a kid, it was all about the Turtles displays back in the early 90s. That snacking Grogu though, if you want to go to Smith's, is only 40 quid now.
Wow.
Yeah, half price
that's a steal. So, are we ready? This is Mattel's 12 Days of Fandom. Mattel's 12 Days of Fandom returns to reveal Mattel's San Diego Comic-Con 2023 items. It's going to begin Monday, July 10th, so this week coming up. So stay tuned. And the official press release says, it's rising from the depths of time, resonating with the power of your own inner nerdiness. The 12 Days of Fandom, bursting onto the scene again with new epic must-haves. Join us as we reveal our epic items for San Diego.
Okay, but no real hints there, is there? Not even like the color scheme.
We don't know anything.
No.
Literally yeah, we know nothing. We know nothing.
I'm quite excited about San Diego Comic-Con this year, just because last year felt like it was kind of like getting back into the normality of things. And it just kind of felt like nobody had kind of fully packed their suitcase because they didn't know if they were going on the trip or not. Whereas this year, everyone's back. There's no COVID. And it just feels like all the toy companies are just coming with their A game.
Oh, yeah. Are we ready for some Power Rangers? Mighty Morphin Power Rangers!
This is
so these are the Super 7 reaction figures that are done in the classic 90s packaging for Power Rangers. Power Rangers.
Okay.
It's just a 5 POA line, but yeah, I know a lot of people will buy them just for that packaging alone.
Yeah, that's that. I remember those packages. Just quickly before we move on into Maniac, have you heard Toy Biz may be back? We'll get to that in a sec. But yeah, I don't know. The Power Ranger toys for me, it just felt like I was a bit done with Power Rangers. There seemed to be so much stuff with Power Rangers on it. Like, there was Power Ranger yo-yos, Power Ranger water balloons. Do you know what I mean? Everything had Power Ranger slaps on it. And actually, when I went to Smith's, there was a Home Bargains down the road. So I went in there and they had these like Power Ranger construction kits that they were... Did I send you a picture? I think
you did.
Yeah. Hang on, I'm just going to have to pull it up. Because to start with, I was kind of like, oh, that looks quite intriguing. But then, yeah, I kind of regret buying one now.
Why?
Because it was rubbish.
Well, yeah.
Oh, see, I thought I sent you guys a picture. Oh, I did.
You did?
Here you go. Let me get it out just for the sake of it.
How much did you pay for it?
Have a guess. Right, so that is what I picked up. It was a 50-piece construction kit. Now, they only had green, red, black, and blue. Green, yeah, the 4 boys. They didn't have the girls. So I was annoyed because I was kind of like, you know what? If they had all the Power Rangers, I would have bought the whole set. I kind of went through the shelves and I saw one Green Ranger. So I was like, well, I'll get that one. I'll leave the others behind. But it was £1.99.
Well, you'd be glad to know that they never made the other ones. They only ever made green, red, blue, and black. They didn't make the rest of them. Yeah, because I was selling these on my stall at Comic-Con about a year ago.
How much for that?
I was selling them £3 each.
Okay, fair enough. I don't feel that. If you had told me that you were selling them for like £25, I'd have been like, right, I'm just popping off and just picking the others up.
No, there were still the cheap toys, but yeah, they only make because when you wholesale them, they only sell the 4. They never had. I don't think they ever made a Kimberly or a Trini.
No. And that's what frustrated me, is because I was kind of like, you know what, if they did all of them, I'd have probably picked them up for the sake of having like 6 of them on my shelf or something. But they weren't very good. They really weren't very good at all. My youngest son loves doing Lego, so I was like, you know what, $1.99. There's like a knockoff Lego. Let's put that together. But yeah, it wasn't as fun.
So San Diego Comic-Con.
Yep.
I have the lowdown.
Let's go.
So Hasbro and San Diego Comic-Con, obviously they're going to be there on the Thursday, Friday, and Saturday from the looks of things. starting on Thursday. I'm just double checking I've got my timings all in order here. Yes, I do. Right, so kicking off on Thursday, they will be starting with the Transformers Generations toy panel.
Okay.
And that is going to be on the Thursday, 1:30 World, 2:30. We're not really massive into Transformers, so I won't show that too long. But yeah, they are doing it's the Generations toy panel apparently. Then on the Friday, on 12:30 till 1:30, we have the Marvel Legends panel. Dwight, Ryan, and Dan, plus Jesse. I don't know who Jesse is. Plus Jesse
From
share
back in the day.
exciting news from Hasbro's popular Marvel Legends product line with sneak peeks of upcoming figures.
That's going to be your HasLab, I reckon.
Yeah. Is Jesse still with them?
Yeah, he comes on and off the lives all the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So Jesse's with them on that one. And then we have the Star Wars panel.
Okay.
2L3 on the Friday, where Patrick, Jing, Chris, and Eric will discuss the latest in the Black Series and the Vintage Collection lines.
Cool.
And then finally, we've got the G.I. Joe panel on Saturday at 1Wild 2. Joes and Cobras don't agree on much, but they do agree on Emily, John, Lenny, and Tony, giving you the reveals from behind the scenes of the latest classified series line.
You know what? For the first time ever, I'm not hyped.
Mm.
I
really not bothered.
I feel really disappointed saying that, but I'm not hyped. I used to get really excited about the panels for Legends in particular, but I don't know. I just don't feel as hyped this year. I don't know.
Well, maybe I can bring you up on the hype train a little bit, because clearly the licensing for Werewolf by Night has gone through.
Yeah.
Because we started to see these bad boys appearing all over the internet this week.
Yes.
Ba-bam. So we have Man-Thing, and also they've done the Werewolf by Night pops. Now to get this line through Funko, they must have a toy license for this line now. So I'm hoping Marvel Legends are going to finally announce some product for it.
Yeah.
It deserves products. It does deserve it.
Massively. I think the only thing, because I did see these and I kind of wondered the same myself, but when I spoke to Dan back in October at MCM, and I mentioned Werewolf by Night, because it was just shortly after the program had come out, and I said about, you could do a really cool black and white 2-pack and all that kind of stuff. But the I can't remember his exact words, but essentially there was nothing in production at the time because of licensing and stuff like that. So that was a year ago. If you think about how long it takes things to go through, I'd be very shocked if we had Werewolf by Night revealed at San Diego Comic-Con. I'd love it.
I was wondering whether we might reveal it at San Diego with pre-orders going live at San Diego, but it arriving in October, ready for Halloween.
Yeah.
A bit like what Star Wars did with the Chewie and stuff like that. They did that the other year, didn't they? They announced it kind of around summertime and then said it's coming for Halloween, and everyone got hyped for the Werewolf Chewie thing. And then it came out in October.
Yeah, that could definitely work. That could definitely work.
They could do a San Diego Comic-Con box set, like you say, and have them all black and white, and then release them in color later down the line. Same molds.
That would be cool. That would be cool. I just think, I don't know, they're just... I like my Marvel Legends. I do still like my Marvel Legends, but they just seem to churn out so many at the moment that it's hard to get really excited about a particular one. Like, I remember even a year ago, certain figures really excited me, and I was really excited for them to come out. I think the one that I'm most excited about is Luke Cage, because they kind of teased him ages ago.
Yeah.
And then they've not mentioned him since. And it's kind of like, okay, I'm excited to see what that's going to be all about. The No Way Home 3-pack has finally launched over here. So anyone that pre-ordered it the first time round with Hasbro Pulse would have had their emails and would have had their kind of invoices and that kind of stuff. And that should be landing on people's laps like next week. So expect a lot of people to be looking at that. I know that the guys over in the States got it a couple of weeks back, but yeah, Hasbro Pulse has finally started shipping it.
Nice.
So no doubt I'll have one next week.
There's a lot of stuff coming out very quickly now. There's going to be a lot of releases one after another over the next few weeks. I know like NECA has got a lot of stuff dropping in the UK. Like we've got that Phantom of the Opera figure of Casey Jones, Bride of Frankenstein still to drop, the Phantom of the Opera NECA figure still to drop. There's so many like one after another like NECA figures I know that are coming out. So I'm guessing Hasbro is going to be the same. There'll be a shed load of releases just before San Diego.
Yeah.
But I'm just looking forward to, because what I like the most is when you like we use them all the time. So let's give them a shout out, Toy Ark, because I use them for the news. They always go to San Diego and they cover it so damn well for the toy collectors. Like, I get excited every year following that thread and seeing like all the photos from the NECA booth and Essex Figure Arts booth, and then when we do the show on the Sunday, that is probably my favorite show of the year when we get to look at all the reveals.
Yeah,
and I always look forward to seeing what's on the shelves there and get excited about what new NECA stuff might be coming.
Yeah, I hope there is a lot coming. I really do. I hope there's a lot of stuff coming. I just think that I don't know whether there's a slight shift in the kind of toy industry, because going back a couple of years ago, your Marvel Legends were kind of like leading the way for kind of superhero comic book kind of figures and for collectors. And then when we went into lockdown, there was a lot of people that jumped on with the community and jumped on with the hobby because they were affordable and they're obtainable and all the rest of it. And it feels like in the last few years, a lot of the other companies have kind of caught up with the quantity of stuff that they're releasing. So it won't be just kind of one higher priced expensive figure coming out from another company. It will be multiple, and then they'll tie in with films and they'll tie in with TV shows and stuff like that. And so it just feels like there's a lot. It feels like there's just a lot coming from all different angles that it's hard to kind of get hyped, because you get excited about something and then another company does it slightly better or for a slightly better price or with a better accessory or something. I think that Marvel Legends wise, the last ones that I got really hyped about, sort of unpopular opinion, was the Across the Spider-Verse ones, because they look so different and they look so stylized. And so I was like, I'm going to get them all because there's something new. And so many people kind of threw shade at it and was just like, no, they're rubbish, they don't look like they should and all the rest of it. And now you can't get Spider-Punk for love nor money. Like, cannot get it for love nor money.
I don't know. I've seen that. It's everyone was throwing shade for ages, and now everyone wants one.
Oh, I know. Did you see my video on this guy?
Yeah.
RDJ Custom Creations, just
he looks awesome,
knocking it out of the park with this head sculpt. It just looks absolutely insane. I mean, I know that there's a lot of people out there doing this head sculpt and whatnot, but his paintwork is absolutely phenomenal. And it literally took the figure from a 10 to a 15, like straight away. Like, it just looks brilliant. But yeah, no, I'm really pleased that I picked him up when I did.
Cool. I think that there's only one more thing for toy news this week, and I'm not sure if you'd have seen it when I shared it, but I'm going to share it here.
Go for it.
Haunted Mansion merchandise drops tomorrow morning.
What?
And we're getting the limited edition Bride. She's the new limited edition doll. We don't know the price range of this one yet, because they've called it a limited edition doll, but they've not, like, normally if it's going to be like, they call them like special editions, and they're about 40 quid. And then they sometimes call them the signature series, and they're usually about 200 quid. So to call it limited edition, I don't know what that means, what it's going to be. I'm hoping it's more of the 40 quid line, a bit like the Marvel ones that released, because I'd like to buy this one. But yeah, the Bride from the Haunted Mansion. Obviously, with the new movie around the corner, we're going to start to see a lot of Haunted Mansion merch drop.
Is this gonna be park exclusive, or is this just a...
Nope, this is going to be on Disney, shopdisney.co.uk and shopdisney.com.
Yeah, no, that's pretty cool. That is pretty cool.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to seeing that one. But yeah, there's going to be a bunch of merch dropping tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. So it's not just the doll, there's literally a whole new line of merchandising just for the Haunted Mansion. And it's all the park related stuff, right? Because I think they're saving the movie stuff for like next month.
Yeah.
We'll see the movie stuff in about a month's time when the film's a bit closer.
Yeah, totally. Mick's just in the comments saying, did RDJ actually make it though? No, I actually don't know where the original sculpt come from. There's so many people doing that particular sculpt. There's two different sculpts out there at the moment available. And that kind of vanilla kind of expression one, there's quite a few people out there doing it. But yeah, you can pretty much buy Spider-Punk heads. I'll tell you what, it's probably easier to obtain a unmasked Spider-Punk head than it is to obtain the Spider-Punk figure. that's how many people are out there doing it. Just a quick one. Into Maniac said, "Where do you guys get your figures from?" This is a good opportunity to drop a few names. Sorry, do you want to kick it off?
Yeah, the ones I use propsandreplicas.co.uk, comicsandcocktails.co.uk. They're my two main go-tos usually.
Mm-hmm.
We've recently started using, because I've started doing a lot more horror stuff. So if anyone's interested in stuff I collect, I get everything from madabout.horror.co.uk and from zombie.co.uk.
Yep. Yeah, for me, Comics and Cocktails is definitely up there. In Demand Toys is also a very good one. They're my two kind of go-tos. Zombie.co.uk is very good, but they stock a lot more high-end items. So if you're looking for something with a little bit of a higher price tag but a better quality in value, if you like, they're definitely the one that I'd recommend going to. And then places like Hasbro Pulse and Disney are always worth checking out as well.
One thing to,
go on.
I was going to say, avoid grabbing. Like, I know a lot of people follow me and like always ask about where I get the park stuff from, and it's not always trips to Orlando because I can't get there all the time. But there is a website out there called doubleboxtoys.co.uk who will import things for you, and it is cheaper than going to eBay half the time. You pay a little bit extra, but you got to think they handle all the shipping, they do all the importation fees, and you just pay the flat price. And there's no scary little letters coming through your door from taxman. There's nothing worse than that.
I would avoid at all costs. One of the things that I always say to newer collectors is avoid eBay and avoid Amazon as a retail source, unless it's something that is listed at a ridiculously good price, like an absolute steal. Amazon do exclusives. So, for example, in Marvel Legends, they have Amazon exclusives that you can only essentially get through Amazon. But if it's just your standard wave, standard figures, Amazon would be one of my last places to look, unless I was looking for something because it was in a good, good sale, for example. They do them. eBay, you're paying the price that somebody wants to sell it at. And again, unless you're picking up an absolute steal, just be careful over there. Kapow and Star Action Figures, we give them both a shout out as well, Mick. They are both very good retailers as well. We are quite lucky here in the UK. We've got a handful of really good, reputable retailers that are, that have a good length of service behind them, should we say, and have been providing collectors for a long time. So so there's a whole bunch out there. So Comics and Cocktails, In Demand, Props and Replicas, Star Action Figures, Kapow, Hasbro Pulse, Zombie.co.uk. There's loads.
There's even more than that, and there's so many. It's impossible to shout them all, but there's so many places to get stuff from these days. It's crazy.
To put it this way, and it's a shame that Ryan's not here for this question, because the ones that Ryan used are not on the list that we just mentioned. Ryan tells us places where he gets his figures from. We're like, what? Where? Not heard of that one. Do be careful though, if you're involved in any of the Facebook groups, the Facebook communities, if you're using a website for the first time, pop it up in one of the groups. I know, the Marvel groups are really good for it in regards to, has anyone shopped here? And people will give you their experience. But there's no such thing as a sure thing. You've only got to look at recently what happened with what they called Toys Rama. Where they were essentially a reputable business and then overnight just disappeared.
It's happened a lot of times. That with Sandrew's Hut, that they did that a couple of years back, and there's been a few that have been bad eggs over the years. They start out good and then something just falls apart somewhere. Yeah,
definitely. So there we go.
Are you ready for some? No more toy news, but I was going to say, are you ready for some movie news?
Movie news. Yes, go on then. Let's talk movies.
Yeah. Did you see the trailer for the Nun 2?
I did.
You not that bothered? Not that? Yeah.
I didn't see the first one.
I've got a soft spot for the Conjuring series. Annabelle and the Nun are like my go-to horror things. I love them.
I love the Conjuring films, and I liked Annabelle. I didn't jump to see the Nun.
The Nun, this new one is the last chapter before it goes to become a TV series. So this is the last film that they'll be releasing on the big screen. After this, the Conjuring series is going to become a TV series on that new platform that they've done.
Oh right, okay.
So I'm looking forward to seeing that on the big screen. But yeah, it's I forgot her name. The same lady that was in the Nun one. She's returning. Bonnie Aarons. Bonnie Aarons is returning to play in the new Nun 2, and it's going to give us more actual lore on the Valak, the demon, apparently. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm there for that.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
But the one thing that I think most people want to see this week was Jenna Ortega was seen on the set of Beetlejuice 2.
Yes.
And she was wearing a wedding dress.
Yes.
So intrigued.
With Doc Martens as well.
With Doc Martens as well. I'm guessing she's going to be playing the daughter of Winona Ryder. I'm guessing.
See, I've got a theory about this.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a theory about this. I think it's going to go very much down the same route as the first film. And I think that he's going to try to marry her the same way he did, like, Winona Ryder and all the rest of it. But she's her daughter, and it's all, she's then got to kind of come back to not fight Beetlejuice. That sounds too cheesy, but do you know what I mean? Like, kind of put him back. I think that we're going to see a similar story play out where because essentially he's a demon, kind of tries to take advantage of the innocent kid, doesn't he? Like, to do what he needs to do. So I think we're going to see something along the same lines, and I think that's what this potentially could be here. Unless I'm totally wrong and she's just getting married. just a wedding scene. But she's got Doc Martens on, which is quite cool.
Yeah, I was one of them like cheesy scenes where she's getting married, has cold feet, runs away, and she remembers being told the story of Beetlejuice, and to get away from everything, she says Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. And she goes, and I wondered whether she was going to go into his world this time. Because in the first film, he comes to our world and brings the demons with him. Yeah. How cool would it be if she went into the demon world? So she says, just to escape her wedding, she brings up Beetlejuice, and he takes her into his world.
Could happen.
So then you get to see the big sand snakes, and we get to see all Tim Burton's mental little world in there.
Could happen.
I'm trying to think of like ways that could make it different from the first. It was like, what's the point in retelling the story again? You know what I mean? Like, I know a lot of films do that, but I mean, I was thinking Tim Burton would want to do something a bit more. Something more with it. Yeah. It being such an iconic thing.
Yeah. I don't know.
My only other thing was this week that Bette Midler's trying to make them stop doing Hocus Pocus 3 now, which I think is quite funny.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's not happy with the script, apparently.
She's tied in for another one, isn't
she? She's tied in for the movie. They're all tied in, and she's one of the executive producers for it. But because she's got what's it called? Not character rights, but you know what I mean, like story credit rights and things like that.
Yeah.
She can veto the script basically.
Oh, cool.
And at the moment, she's having a bit of a spat with the studio on what the sequel should be, which I'm glad at, because I'd hate for them to ruin it now. Because like we had this with the second film, and then when they have the third one, it's a bit eye rolling, like, oh god, not again. It's like, what could they do now? So I'm hoping that she vetoes it to make it better.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure where they would go with it.
I'm still hoping for the prequel, if I'm honest. I'd love to see them bring them kids back and do a whole story with them.
Yeah.
On the rise of the Sanderson sisters.
I think that would be a better direction. I think that, and even just using those girls that were cast in the second one, they would have been brilliant as
they were good.
younger thing. Actually seeing them discover the dark arts and all that kind of stuff. Speaking of sequels and prequels and all that kind of stuff, did you see the Deadpool?
I've seen some of the Deadpool news. Yeah, it's getting a bit. It's becoming the ultimate fan movie now, isn't it?
So yeah, so what's her name? Jennifer. What's her name? Elektra from Daredevil.
Electra. Yeah. She's signed on now.
Jennifer
Garner.
That's it. She is now signed on as Elektra, which is a reprise of a role that I never thought I would see. Like that was not. It was even before kind of Marvel Studios. It was a Marvel film that people didn't really care for. She was okay in Daredevil, but you know, she was
not strong enough to play Elektra on her own. Yeah.
No, and then that I didn't mind it because at that point I just enjoyed seeing these characters on screen. But
yeah, I think because of the time it came out and because of how old I was, I think I enjoyed Daredevil when it first came out because, like you say, for what it was Daredevil on the big screen. I was a big comic nerd.
100%.
But yeah, you look back and it's cheesy pants, but the soundtrack, they had Evanescence and everything. That was kind of like I was big into that sort of goth rock back then.
Yeah.
So
obviously she's what's bizarre is that Hugh Jackman's confirmed. She's now confirmed. There's lots of rumors flying around about the original X-Men characters. So this is really going to be a big. Like it almost feels like Daredevil's kind of rounding up all these people that didn't make it into Endgame. Do you know what I mean? Like all these characters. Like if Wesley Snipes' Blade turns up, I'm done. Like it's just
give them chance. Give them chance.
But what is interesting, there was some leaks or screenshots of him in costume. So his kind of costume coming out for the first time, and it looks very similar. It looks the reds are a lot more red. Looks a little bit more comic booky, but this one is obviously the first one under Disney.
Yeah.
What I found really interesting, I was reading an article yesterday or today, is that the way that was announced, because with the previous two films, Ryan Reynolds always kind of played into that kind of fandom and released things to us from his perspective. And even with the news of Wolverine with Hugh Jackman being in it, you know, it was that kind of jokey video and all that. Whereas now there's been an actual leak of a costume before he's had a chance to say anything. So yeah, I don't know whether that's just Disney kind of taking the reins a little bit, or whether it really was just a case of someone managed to get that picture out before they managed to get the marketing out.
Is that the picture you're about? Is that the one?
Yeah. So
very cool.
It looks the same, but it's definitely, I mean, the little black bit in his chest there is different from the previous one. But everything's kind of where it needs to be, which is quite cool.
Yeah, I wonder if I would love this to be his time hopping multiverse story. You know, and I hope it's like a running joke in the film, like, you know, if Spider-Man can get his team movie, so can I. Like, I love that, because like Deadpool needs to have that in jokey quippy crap to make it a Deadpool movie for me.
I would really like to see, because there is a team, like with the was it the Thunderbolts? I think it was the Thunderbolts, where you've got Elektra, you've got Daredevil, Elektra, you've got Deadpool. I'm pretty sure Wolverine was in it in some way, shape, or form. But there's definitely teams where these characters are together. So Marvel Knights, yep. So it would be interesting to see if they're doing something with that, because that Elektra casting just seems really left field.
I wonder if we might see a Nicolas Cage cameo for Ghost Rider. That would be cool.
Can you imagine? But yeah,
especially because he's just done the Flash one, it would be very in keeping for Deadpool to have a Nick Cage cameo and then poke fun at DC.
Yeah,
they can have a Nick Cage cameo, so can I. Here, look, Ghost Rider.
I don't know. Just the Elektra one kind of got me excited because it seems so bizarre. There's got to be more to it than just she's doing it. Do you know what I mean? Because it's not like it was even such a huge smash hit that of course she's gonna like bring the character back because it's reliving her glory film, whatever. Like it's a film that she probably wants to forget. So what is it about this script that makes her kind of go, yeah, okay, Um,
And it can't just be a split second thing because they would just CGI them or AI them, wouldn't they, nowadays? It's like you know what I mean? They would just pay them the likeness rights and not really have them in it. So there
It
must be
seems-
something substantial to
yeah,
have them stand in as actors to do it.
seems like a bizarre one to announce as official. Like Halle Berry, for example, there's a lot of talk about her, but nothing official has been announced. So yeah, I don't know. It's a bit of a random one. Yeah. Any other movie news?
No, that was kind of it. I just wanted to share the Beetlejuice thing.
I'll tell you one thing I did do. I've got to show you this. Card collecting, right? So it's
Alright.
Marvel. But I did the Spider-Man sticker book.
Yeah.
I finally got like a folder to put all the cards in. I got the full set. And they do look really cool, like next to each other. But I then went a little bit too far. And then I went back and got all my Marvel Legends 3 3/4 inch boxes.
Oh.
And I cut out the cards on every single box. You can see the ones I'm missing. Like I'm literally missing a couple from the whole set, but they look really cool as cards.
Yeah, they do.
Like when you actually got them all in a folder like this, they actually look really cool. And on the back, you actually get the back of the box as well. So it just this looks really nice. So I was really pleased with that. But there are a couple of gaps in there, and annoyingly, the 3 figures that got me into that line in the first place that came from Steve Evans, he didn't send me the box. So I'm missing the cards from those 3. So it's almost
no.
I got given those 3 by Steve Evans, but I'm going to have to buy them anyway to complete the card collection. I'm like, no. But at least they are showing up like a discount and stuff. So I could probably get them all for under a tenner. The other thing as well that I know that I've been talking to you about it, but I got my Optimus Prime from Fan Home this week. This is like one of the subscription services where you build it as you go. And I'm blown away by the size of this helmet, and the fact that it all lights up and everything. It's just very cool. So I'm really excited about building this as I go. So that's kind of how my week's gone. Card collecting and Transformers. 2 things that I don't normally do.
Yeah, I've slowly bankrupted myself with Mythic Legions.
Oh really? Got in jumping on the Mythic Legions.
Well, it's kind of when you're like big into vampires and you like horror, and then you see that they've got figures like this.
Yeah. Has
Like
to
a
be done.
giant bat. It's like, and he just looks awesome. So like I bought him, but I kind of want another one now. I kind of want to have 2. I want 2 side by side.
What,
They
like
look better as a set.
Dracula's
No,
kind
so
of
I can, like some form of guards or something.
yeah.
And if I
That's
can
cool.
work out a way to cross his arms and have them upside down on my shelf and like blue tack them to the underneath of the shelf so they're just hanging.
You need to get yourself a decent like temple kind of diorama piece made. Like you need to commission them to do like a nice diorama piece, because you could have a really cool like Dracula on a throne or something with those guys kind of around him. That would be very, very cool.
Do you see my little preview that I put up on Instagram this week of the new room?
Yeah, I did. How's it coming?
Blood red walls, black shelves. It's been nicknamed the Collector's Crypt.
Nice.
I've been talking about it on my live streams on my Wednesday night live streams with some of the guys who are in the chat, and it's coming along very nicely now.
Are you going to do all your live streams now by candlelight? And it's just just you with a candlelight, and oh, he's got a candle. He's got a candle. He's actually got one. No way. This is it. The future of SuperSorrell. Amazing. That is how you're going to be doing all of your streams from now. Once you move into the crypt. Wait for him to come back in. That's amazing. I knew you would. I knew you'd have one.
I saw it in Home Bargains the other day. It's like an oil lanterns light.
Yeah.
You can have it in LED mode or flicker mode.
That's brilliant. That is really brilliant. What you need to get is a handful of, you can get them kind of like people have them like for like in their home, like the fake candles, they're LEDs and they flicker and
Yeah.
stuff. And they're actually made of wax, and some of them have got dripping. You need to have them positioned behind you, like on during your live stream. Size wise, is it bigger or smaller than the room you're in?
Oh, bigger. It's basically it's like it's a massive garage. It's massive.
That's awesome. So you're gonna.
Yeah, I've taken over an entire space, and I've got big Dettol cabinets going in that are gonna have LED lights on them to light it all up, and I've gone all out this time round.
That's awesome. That is awesome. I am slowly designing my next move, but it's just taking a bit of time. But yeah, I'm gonna. You get to that stage, don't you, where you kind of like, I need to move it around. I've had this set up for 2 years now. Like, so I need to move it around a little bit. Cool. Well, that's bringing us towards the end of the show this week. Anything else that you want to touch on? What have we got coming up this week? I don't think there's anything massive there.
I don't think so. When Ahsoka doesn't drop yet, does it? That's a while off yet, isn't it?
Yeah, no. We got another episode of Secret Invasion, obviously coming out, but that's about it. It's that kind of really dry spell leading into kind of San Diego.
Yeah, San Diego. We're just waiting for all the drops at San Diego, aren't we? All the TV stuff are going to drop. All the movie stuff will drop. We'll get all the news then. So I mean, the shows around San Diego time are going to be epic. Let's put it that way. I mean,
exactly.
it's only 2 weeks away. So it's a week. It's a week, 2 weeks today, isn't it?
Yeah, but that's the thing is that we've seen this the last couple of years. Is that kind of couple of weeks leading into it feel really dry, because I know we've got like the writer's strike and everything this time round. So the sort of TV and movie kind of side of it is a little bit drier than it would be normally, but it's always this couple of weeks leading into San Diego Comic Con just seem to dry up because people aren't announcing things. They're all saving it. So cool. All right then. Well, if you're watching on replay, thank you very much for coming back and watching us. Do try to tune in with the live, because we do try to get to people's comments. Apologies, we haven't got to some of the comments in the last little bit. We will go back and read and address anything that comes up. But yeah, just checking. There's nothing we've missed. No, we're good. Hopefully Ryan will be checking in with us next week at some point with some knockoff toys. That will be good fun. What are your predictions for knockoff toys? Do you think he's going to get anything good?
I'm hoping he finds some more dodgy Star Wars, because they're always fun, aren't they? The dodgy Star Wars ones.
There'll be a Lego set as well, or a minifigure set. He loves those. Absolutely eats them up. So there'll definitely be some kind of Lego set. But yeah, no, if you are watching, then please do check us out on social media. And also Threads as well. Threads came out this week, so we won't go too much into that, but we're all on Threads because most of the world is now. It's just like that's how it is. But yeah, so do check us out. Check out geekweekinreview.co.uk. We are rounding up. Sorry, comments just jumping in. Yeah, so until next week, obviously let us know what's going on. We will be here next week talking about things that haven't happened yet. Till then, keep it geek.